That change everything. I think we're good to go now. I think we're okay. I think you guys can hear me. Yes, I think we're golden. All right, there we go. Good morning, Marianas. It is 7:16 a.m. I know what. I don't know why it happened that way, but I know that it happened. So anyway, we're good to go. Good morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. It is Good Morning Marianas, and we are getting started here. Thank goodness. Not sure. I know why it happened. I do really. Kind of. What it was is there's this. I switched over when I was doing the broadcasting yesterday, doing the NMI side instead of the Good Morning Mariana side. And that happens. So anyway, don't worry about it. We're good now. We're good. All right, well, we're going to get started, and we're going to be started really quick. I just need to share a couple of things real quick. We are about to call the Ray Gibson show over there in Guam. They asked us to jump out and get with them this morning, so we are going to do that. We're going to do it right now. Right now. And so we're going to find out. I'm not sure exactly what they want to talk about this morning, but I do know that it's about Saipan stuff. So... which is exactly how it works out. They call us or they message us saying, hey, can you jump on with us today? And I'm like, totally. So that's where we're going. One sec. All right, we're just calling them now. Oops, there we go. All right. And you're going to be on there with us this morning. And then we're going to get into our stuff. And turn the music down.
Going on. Usually the way it works is
him right there.
Usually the way it works is I'm here doing this show online, and he picks us up because he's got an online show.
Like a simultaneous.
Yeah. So he'll simulcast us out there. He's ready. He's ready, man. Hey, Brad. Buenas another day to the 670.
Man, it seems so big in here. Wow, you guys in Guam, it's so much nicer.
There's spared no expense.
That's great. Hey, good morning to you guys.
Good morning, right back at you, Brad. My phone started blasting yesterday. All kinds of people sending me pictures that came out of the Mariana press based on a release, apparently, that came out of DFS, said that they were going to close the store in Garapan on April the 30th. How has that news been taken in the NMI?
Well, first of all, you would have heard about it first if you were on the NMI news service instead of MP, because the Marianas Press got it. They did. They're good. But we actually broke it with earlier in the week. We just didn't do a big press release, but we had it on the show. We spoke with the folks from DFS, and they told us that this is it, and they're pretty sad about it. And they've been focusing really on getting their staff ready for whatever's next. They haven't even really thought, a lot of them haven't even really got to what they're trying to do, like what their next step is with their professional lives, because they're trying to get their folks ready. So now we're going to have this giant facility.
Where are people going to go? It's not like, there's a thriving competitor to DFS up there, and that there's a thriving retail space for these people to be folded back into. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge for a number of people that maybe, and many of them maybe have been at that DFS since it opened years ago.
And that's true. There's a lot of folks that have had that exact same situation. But the good news is, if there is any, is that the folks who have been there have a lot of great experience, so that the places who are still going to be here and still be open are going to have like a pretty solid wealth of talent who have been trained really well with the folks at DFS. But that's me trying to polish up a turd. It's still... a reflection, a couple of things. I think a reflection, and I'm scared too. We've got a DFS here on Guam, and while we do have Koreans flying in, we got a handful of Japanese coming in. We got a fingers crossed about Taiwan. We're still in an extremely delicate position, and if they're making a decision about a long time kind of, if you will, plank owner of the hospitality retail business in the CNMI, how far away is DFS corporate from making a similar decision here on Guam? Well, Guam, you have a little bit of an advantage over us, and that's an understatement. I mean, you've got a lot more folks there, but you've got a lot more ingredients into your soup than what we have. We have tourist soup, and that's it. You've got a bigger population there, too. You've also got a lot of the military folks who are transiting through. And then you're more of a travel hub than we are too. So if people need to lay over, they can actually get out and check out some of the fancier stuff that you have. But I mean, am I right? Am I?
Well, I do feel better.
I was gonna say, don't you have Lotte at the airport?
There is a Lotte at the airport, yeah, and a Lotte hotel that at the end of the street here down in Tumon.
Right. So you have competitors, like you have people who are like chomping at the bit, I guess, to try and get in over there. But your tourism base is a little more broad than ours, also. Where we were really leaning heavily. We'd started pushing our chips into the Chinese market. I know you were getting some for sure. But we put a lot into that. In fact, when we ended up losing the Japanese market, not that we don't get any Japanese, but it's such a small amount compared to what it used to be. It used to be our number one. Now it's by far and away just like a dwindling little piece that's hanging out. Yeah. And so we've got the Koreans, and then we had the Chinese who filled that void. And then we made a lot of investments collectively here in the CNMI based on that Chinese investment in the CNMI. And when all of a sudden, poof, that's gone, you're like, holy cow, if you got like if we got a two-legged stool, we lost that leg. So it's tough to try to find an answer for those kind of numbers that we had.
Right, and the statements coming out of your leadership, of your representatives up in the NMI, referring to a major blow to the economy and a major blow to the hospitality industry in the CNMI, and then there is the other conversations about what about the model of VFS? How much is that still relevant to the number of travelers? It used to be one of the, once upon a time, I'd need to go and buy a purse or some expensive whiskey or some nice clothes or something like that. That was the place that you went to because you could buy it. Number one, you had access to luxury goods, A, and B, you could buy them at duty free. You didn't have to pay any of the taxes on that. And to what degree is that still a thriving model here in the Marianas?
That is the best point, that people are dancing around instead of trying to recreate what we had prior to this. I mean, think about it like 100 years ago, give or take. I mean, it was about 4 years difference, but the stock market crash, right? The Great Depression that followed and everything. You couldn't just say, oh man, where are our luxury buyers coming from? No, people had to reevaluate where they're at and try to do it accordingly. We were on the right track for going forward, and all of a sudden, that pandemic that we had killed the economy all over the place, and now we have to react to the different customers that we had. And Saipan is not. So this is going to not comfort the folks at DFS and the CNMI for sure, but Saipan is not where people would ideally think they're going to go to buy their luxury goods. Like Saipan is it's a smaller part. Like I'm not going to Chuk to get my new Bentley. I like if I'm gonna. By the way, I'm not in the market, so don't approach me for the Bentley. But I mean, like we have to figure out who we are and reevaluate who we are as a tourist destination, and really we could focus on the culture, we could focus on the place, but and really figure out what that reality is financially now. Right now we got. So DFS is pulling out. We lost the Hyatt. Now there's a new buyer in there who's occupying that place called Marianas Beach Resort now, and they're doing great. But we are not top tier, high spender market for tourism right now, and we need to try to get a new, readjustment to where we're at. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to hear.
The same issues, Brad. We're going through the same issues around here. And there are numerous reports, and in fact, I got some time to meet up with some of the folks in the hospitality industry today to talk about some of the things that I see and some of the as we gather together where there might be some improvements to be made with our destination product here on Guam. And at some point we might have to come to terms with the idea that we're just not going to be the place where you got people that are making 7 and 8 figures in their home currency coming to visit and coming to shop as they did in years past. We're going to have to adjust our expectations of who the available source markets are and how to get them here. And then what do they do when they get here? Great, we've still got our DFS and we've got the Tagata thing over there. And we got some nice fancy hotels. Mark Biga's got an incredible show, and I'm sure that when things get turned around, he'll be bringing people back up to the NMI to be able to do those scale shows up in Saipan as well. But even there, you've got a family of 4 or 5 people coming in from Korea. They're pretty much out of things to do by about the 3rd day, and it's time for them to go home. There's a lot of moving parts on all of this. I suppose I'm calling in a little bit also to express my condolences to the NMI. But as I said earlier, Saipan, Rototinian, these people that have been able to take some tragedies and turn them into triumphs. So I know that you guys are going to emerge from this better than before.
Well, I mean, you mentioned the show over at Baldiga, so they might have to scale down to 1 tiger now, or part-time tigers.
Don't eat the tiger.
Yeah, just a funny thing. My wife, when we were dating, we had the Sandcastle show here too. That was part of the group. And I told her, when we started dating, I'm like, let's go running in the morning and all that. And then let's go running down to Memorial Park. Which is right next to the old Hyatt. And I'm like, if you get there early, like around 5 o'clock, that's when they give the tiger the morning walk. We can go down there and get out there and just, maybe you get to pet him and all that stuff. She's like, really?
Nice.
She's like, really? I'm like, no, they do not take a tiger for a walk in the park. That thing is a monster.
I love that. And she still married you.
She still married you. She did.
Good handsome family there you got. Brad, always a pleasure talking with you. And as I said, I got my fingers crossed that you guys are going to emerge from this better than ever and better than before. And we'll be watching down here on Guam to see exactly how you guys do it. And we might want to get together with you and share ideas. Absolutely.
Would love it. And we'll talk to you guys soon. And hopefully that Taiwan that market turns into something for us. That's what my hope.
Totally got my fingers crossed on that one for sure. 728, Brad Mazzala from the 670. Appreciate your time. We'll talk again soon.
All right, take care, Ray. Say hey to Joe over there.
All right, I got a whole other.
All right, that was us live with the Ray Gibson Show over there in Guam. We do that every once in a while. If you've been watching the show, you've seen that kind of stuff from us. We can see there was a little bit of a delay on the Facebook feed. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not as fast, but we'll take it with what we got. But yeah, I like it. Tobot says, the biggest mall we have on Saipan is Joten Superstore. Joten Superstore is not just a mall. Joten Superstore, it is. It's got the food court, but it's also like a free movie theater where they put on those giant screens when you're over there near the exit area, where you can get your pizza, get your food right there at the food court, and watch a movie on the big TV and dream about what it'll be like to have one of those things in your living room. Oh, man. John, I hope so. I certainly hope so, John. John William in the comments saying 2025 is Brad's year. He's going big. Well, hopefully that's not with regards to my waistline, because I need to reverse that tact for sure. Anyway, hey, it is a beautiful day out here, and we are hoping 2025 is a big year. We've got a beautiful day, though, today. 79 degrees outside right now and low humidity. How did we get both? That never happens. Well, today is that day. We have low humidity and we have a low temperature, 79 degrees Fahrenheit and 72% humidity. It feels like a very nice, relaxing day out there. It's going to get hotter, though. We're looking at a high near 85 today, and it's going to be blowing out there. We got gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. Going to go up to as high as 24 miles per hour. Ooh. But we're looking for a cold night tonight. Listen to this. Mostly cloudy with a low around 72. 72 degrees. Now imagine what that's going to be up on Tapachao. It's definitely going to be colder up there, no doubt. So go up there. Maybe you can, blow when you exhale, you might be able to see your breath on Tapachao tonight as it dips down into the low 70s. And maybe it'll get down into the 60s. I don't know. If it's saying 72, you never know how low that can actually drop. Just checking the comments real quick. Tony says, hey, the Japanese are the only good buyers among visitors to Saipan. MVA office in Japan has been a big loss. Don't count on the Taiwanese. They're not big spenders. Yeah, you know what, Tony? I think that makes sense. But I think in general, everybody's spending is down. And, even Japan, they put so much money in the government's marketing effort to market local travel in Japan. They said, it's almost like a revisit your own country campaign. And they did that for a few years right after the pandemic and, right on the tail end of it. And all that stuff has a little bit of a drag. All that advertising that you put into it up front, it comes back that you're able to see it afterward. You see it a little bit later. And that's I think what we're seeing. We need to put more effort into it. And then we need to have a place that they want to come to. And who are they, right? Who are they? Are they, if you think that we're just going to get the big spenders, I think that's gone, right? I don't think that we've got all those big spenders are coming all over the place right now anyway. And when they do, when people are traveling, they're just not spending as much money. So we just need to readjust. Now, that's not comforting news to folks like at Crowne Plaza, with a big hotel, with a luxury brand hotel and everything. Not the best news for them, right? So you got to figure out how we're going to survive through all this. And it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is that there are things that are happening in the community where the businesses are coming together. And that's not a bad thing. And there's going to be a big event that's coming up this weekend, actually. It's going to be on Saturday. Sunday. Pardon me. Let me put this on the event page for you because I want to show this to you. And if you're out there, I put this on there. No. That's not the one. That's not the one. I had this one out there for the mayor's office, main event. Main support, Hopwood. Split share. I just need to change the file on this one. It's not a big deal. But the main thing is that the event that's happening this weekend is the Marianas Business Showcase. Oh, if I can't find the way I did it yesterday, that's fine. I can just pop it up here because this works just fine. Yay. Okay, share. Boom. Okay, yeah, this works, but it's gigantic. All right, so it's the Marianas Business Showcase, and it's basically a trade show. And you can learn a whole lot about a whole lot of different places in a short amount of time. My goodness, this looks terrible. The way I'm doing this right now. I am so much better at this than the way I'm about to show you. But this is what we got. This is the Marianas Business Showcase. It's going to take place this Sunday. If you want to go there, you go there. It's free. You walk in, and you're going to see there's about 35 different businesses that have already signed up. And there might be a couple more who squeeze in between now and Sunday. And I would suggest getting down there to check it out. Again, it's going to be at the Hibiscus Hall. So it's the big room over there at the hotel. And it's all day. It's from 8 to 5. They're going to have different opportunities for you to network with folks. There's going to be demonstrations by the different companies that are out there, the different vendors. And in a time like this, when everybody needs to really scrap to try to get a profit or to try to make ends meet, this is the best way to do it. You should never turn down a good marketing opportunity, right? Or a good networking opportunity. If you have a business, you should absolutely go to this thing. If you're just a member of the public, you should absolutely go to this thing. I mean, the thing's from 8 to 5. It's going to be all day. You're not going to be able to, unless you're going to just sit there and hang out all day. But it's definitely worth passing through at the very least. Now, here's the cool thing. If you are interested in becoming a participant in this, if you want to be one of the businesses, it's $50, right? For the general public to go in, it's free. But to be a business in there, it's $50. What do you get for it? You get a lot. They give you a table with a nice little tablecloth and everything. You're going to get power to your table. Also, you could set everything up. You're part of a raffle that's a drawing for all the businesses where you could win $1,000 in cash. Holy smokes! Also, you get your meals included, and you also get drink tickets for later. If you're a business and you're not doing this, you're crazy. Yeah, you absolutely should be there. It's going to be the coolest thing. The other one is, on top of all of that, imagine nobody from the public goes. It's still a win because, first of all, people will go. But even if there's nobody there, it's still a win because you're going to network with that's 35 different businesses that are going to be there, at least, that you're going to be able to talk to. It's a great opportunity for everybody in the community. This is it, the Marianas Business Showcase. It's like a big expo. It's a boutique trade show. Do not miss it. It's this weekend from 8 to 5 at the Crown. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm really excited about it. Just hopping over here into the comments again. Hey, good morning, Donna. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. And great to see all you guys. By the way, I didn't get to see everybody at the beginning because like we started with that joint phone call with the guys in Guam. But just getting back to that, let's say good morning, Tobot. Great to see you, man. Josh Wise, no way. My favorite pill pusher. Great to see you. Pilling, Gizet Mo. Good morning, my friend. Thanks for tuning back in again today. John William, my man. Thank you for tuning in. Louisa, as always, thank you so much for being here. You give me so many great ideas on so many different things. You're just the best. And Tony, getting back to you in the comments. Thanks again for being here. He said wait. I got to get that part out of here. No. It says the Japanese are here in Guam. They're at the mall from dawn to dusk in town. Tumon, you see them in the crowd. Oh, that's got to be nice. This year I stopped for sure and passed the torch. My body is not cooperating physically. Got a few more cars and that's the ball game. I'm sorry to hear that, TC. Tobot, if you want to be lucky, you could be one of the last few folks who get your tinting done from Tobot. The tint man from Dan's got to hang it up past the torch. He's still going to be able to get you what you need, but he just might not be the one installing it himself. He's got a protege, and I got to see him. I got to see him in action, and these guys are great. And you couldn't do business with someone that you like better, because if you don't love this guy right away, then you need to look in the mirror and say, what the heck am I doing wrong with my life? I need to have a friend like Tobot. That's what everybody needs a friend like Tobot Castro. That is no joke. I'm telling you, it's if you could do business with him, you're going to be good too. He's going to make sure that you're well taken care of. All right, guys. Well, let's do this. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to get to you today, but we might as well start getting you off the right way by getting you caught up with everything that's happening in the mainland and around the world. Get you your regular hourly update from the folks at the Associated Press. The Associated Press. Yes, the Associated Press. Here we go, guys.
AP News, I'm Mike Hempen. President Trump has warned Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that he better move fast to negotiate an end to Russia's invasion of Ukraine or risk not having a nation to lead. The rhetoric from Trump toward Ukraine comes amid an escalating back and forth between the two presidents. Tensions have been rising between the U.S. and much of Europe over Trump's approach to settling the Russia-Ukraine conflict. AP correspondent Sagar Magani reports on the Trump administration's false claims about tens of millions of dead people getting Social Security checks.
The claims come from the president and Elon Musk.
Millions and millions of people over 100 years old. Everybody knows that's not so.
We've got people in there that are 150 years old.
And there's one person that's 360 years old.
While it's true some dead people have received improper payments, Social Security's new acting chief says those in the records the White House is citing are not necessarily receiving benefits. Rather, they're people in the system with a Social Security number but no date of death associated with the record. Starting nearly 10 years ago, the agency automatically stops payments to people older than 115. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The federal judge considering the Justice Department's request to dismiss corruption charges against New York Mayor Eric Adams says he won't rule immediately and will take time to review all materials. Authorities say at least 2 people are dead after a mid-air collision involving 2 small planes in southern Arizona. The National Transportation Safety Board says it's investigating the collision near an airport on the outskirts of Tucson. The Federal Aviation Administration says 2 people were aboard each plane involved in the collision. This is AP News. AP correspondent Lawrence Brooks reports on claims that Pakistan wants to remove Afghan refugees from the country.
The Afghan embassy in Islamabad has warned that Pakistan wants to remove all Afghan refugees from the country. They say the refugees face imminent expulsion. The latest development comes more than 2 weeks after Pakistan's government threatened to deport Afghan nationals living in the country illegally. The embassy has issued a strongly worded statement about Pakistan's plans. It says Afghan nationals in the capital and a nearby city have been subjected to arrests, searches, and orders from the police to leave and relocate to other parts of Pakistan. The statement added there was no formal announcement of Islamabad's plans, but claimed Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has a definitive plan to deport all Afghan refugees from the country in the near future. I'm Lawrence Brooks.
I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious about themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that can help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast. Good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. It is 7:45 in the morning. It is Thursday. Oh my God, this week is racing right by, and we don't even have any baseball left till Monday. Holy cow. I'm telling you, things are moving quick, and that's not a bad thing at all. But anyway, we're here, we're back, and we are taking your calls. The number is 670-789-2323, 670-789-2323. Michael Jordan. That's what it is. 789 Michael Jordan. There you go. And I'm sure he would approve of that. All right. Well, anyway, some local things happening. It was funny. We were on the line with Ray Gibson this morning. He's like, we found out about the DFS. I'm like, oh, man. It is. It is closing, and it's closing at the end of April. So at least we got a little bit of time. It's like all of March and all of April. But, it's kind of a sad thing, all right? And so we're going to try to get the guys from DFS on the show with us. Hold on. Speaking of that, one question. Hold on. Uh-huh. All right, we'll see if we can't get that going. By the way, the soccer is back in action for the men's league. Somehow, oh, wait. We'll get back to that. Let's see this. This is important. I love this. This is from John. He says, hey, can I get a birthday shout out to my wife, Dana William? She doesn't like people knowing it's her birthday, but I want the world to know. Happy birthday, Dana William. Happy birthday. Oh, man, I absolutely love it. Now, I don't think you'll get in trouble for that, John, unless you start telling us how old she is. Then you might get yourself in trouble. You know, then you're definitely walking a line that you should not walk. Well, if you want to keep walking, you never know how that stuff will go. Oh, no, I stopped it. I didn't mean to stop it. That was not meant to stop. Oh, all right. Well, sometimes things work out great. And sometimes I just need to figure these things out. Anyway, guys, because I added a bunch of new songs onto this thing, all these licensed stuff to make sure I don't get those copyright dings and all that. That's an important part in this little game here, by the way. You can get away with it sometimes. There, now I got it again. Boom. I can put that back on. That's a little funky. That is definitely a little bit funky. But you don't want to get the copyright things on there. It'll mute you and all that other stuff will end up happening. And so I've got some of the stuff from like before we were even really followed, when we were doing this out of the spare room, you know, at the house and all that stuff. You know, I was like flirting around with it a little bit. I was having some like the instrumental versions of some of the songs that I like, and none of it was getting hit because we weren't big enough. We weren't a blip on the Facebook radar. Apparently now we are. So we have gone through and gotten rid of all that stuff that we used to play that I used to love too, and I just can't do it now. If we end up doing a different platform, maybe, but right now everything that we're doing is completely free from that kind of oversight. So as long as we got licensed stuff, we are good to go. So Jordan Paradise, we can play your stuff. You're good to go because we would be licensed with you for that. All right. I'm curious to see if we're going to be able to get them on here, like an official spokesperson from DFS to talk about it. But again, we did confirm it. We did through conversations that we had with those folks. But getting them on the show is way more fun to talk about it. So that's cool. Speaking of things closing and selling, so we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with that building. By we, I mean the CNMI. I don't know that it's like that easy. I know the landowners living up there on the hill in San Vicente are going to have to, you know, they've got a nice building on their hands. You know, somebody going to open up a restaurant where the Hard Rock was? That would be cool, wouldn't it? I mean, like, or maybe that becomes a big CNMI government facility. Why not? It's all inside. You can go, imagine that becomes every government office is in there. Now the parking would be terrible when it comes to anything. You'd have to build a parking garage somewhere nearby for people to do all the business. But you could walk from people doing one-stop shopping from office to office in air conditioning the whole way, and it's all covered. You don't have to worry about getting rained on, whatever, go from one side of the mall to the other. You end up having a food court in there also, maybe a couple of the little stores as well, to connect all those offices, especially for like businesses and stuff like that. I think that would be like a big win for everybody. I would love to have that, but I'd like it to be better for commerce and everything. You're right in the heart of the tourism district with a beautiful looking facility. Does it need to be the government facility? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad idea. Because that way you've got all those people. So even if they leave there, they'll be able to go out to all the other spots around and help those businesses, at least at lunchtime. It would be a big deal. Happy hour would be great. Imagine all those offices that, like, imagine CUC's office, public lands. I'm just thinking about what's up there in Dandan right now. Imagine all those government offices, rev and tax and everything, right there in Garapam. All those other places, Treasury, you move them down there too. Finance, and you can move all of them down there. I know there's going to be a new finance building, so this plan's not going to work. But imagine they're all down there in that tourism area. And Garapan is all of a sudden like a hustle and bustle kind of place where everybody's trying to get to. And you got all those businesses thriving, the restaurants and all that stuff. You know, not a lot of businesses or restaurants up there at Capitol Hill for someone to just pop over to, right? Imagine it's all right there. Although I'll tell you, Ena's Kitchen at the bottom of the hill, that's a good one. They're in a good spot for something like that. But that'd be pretty cool. And then the tourists, when they would come in, they would see that everybody's there. And I know it would clear out, but you know, I think you get more people to hang out for a happy hour. Well, let's walk over to so-and-so's place. You know, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Man, you know, I saw something that I don't know if you guys know about. So I'm going to pull it up real quick. It's for Godfathers. This promo that they had. 1 second. And it's like for lunchtime. Hold on. And it's a dang good one. Scotty posted this the other day. Where is it? Unless Scott just posted it on his personal one. But check, it was the happy hour. Is this the one that he did? Yeah, this is the one he posted yesterday. Happy hour at Godfathers. They end up having a pretty smoking deal. And he had it earlier in the week where it includes the pizza and you get $4.99 for a draft beer and 50% off the well drinks. But the dine-in, it's about the food for me. $16 for a whole pepperoni pizza. Oh man, it's an in-house. It's not a takeout. You got to stay, and I love that. I thought that was cool. Looking over. By the way, checking out the YouTube comment says, I don't think we have the resources to lease that building. I think they're talking about the DFS. It says Best Sunshine was paying $500,000 a month before relocating to the White Elephant. Oh man, $500,000 a month. You know, I bet we don't have the resources for that building to keep it running. The amount of money they put in for air conditioning alone. But you know, I think part of it is. I'm guessing on this one. I'm just presuming that part of that deal with DFS is that they did not absolutely love that IPI was moving in there, and they gave them an expensive price, a pretty high price for all that stuff. And remember, you could smoke in there too. So they had to put out those super crazy air filter everything. It still kind of smelled like smoke when you walked in. But at least it wasn't all over you like back in the old days when you would go out for a night, drink a little bit too much, wake up in the morning, and if you didn't take a shower, your pillow would smell like the cigarette smoke that stuck to your hair. The kids these days have no idea. They have no idea that that's what it was like. But that was definitely what it was like. Also, it'll definitely knock your vocal cords down a couple of octaves. It says they should change the name of Godfathers to Your Ninos to sound more local. Hey, come to Your Ninos. I like it. That sounds good. Jermel, thanks for tuning in this morning. Good to see you. Yeah, you know, I wonder. I wonder if they didn't just charge him a premium to be there. Because they knew that they were only going to be there for a limited amount of time. And they knew the purpose of them being there was to generate a lot of money. So I feel like that may have been part of the deal. They may have seen an opportunity and go for it. All right, cool. Okay, 1 second. All right, there we go. let's see. That's all tomorrow, and that's that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so back at it. Purdue. Was it? You're going to have to help me with this, Louisa. That'll make a great conversation starter. I don't know what that means. I want to say it, but I also don't want to say, like, get myself into trouble. Let's see. This is me waiting on a translation. Yeah, I'm getting nothing. I want to know. Google's not helping me. I got to tell you, Google is not helping me with that. It gave me a couple of things that does not connect the dots for me with regards to translation. So I'm going to run away. All right. Getting down to this. So, hey, speaking of that white elephant, now that you mentioned that, over there in YouTube, it just means you're Nino, but depending on your tone, it could also be offensive. Ooh, I like it. All right, so speaking of that white elephant that you mentioned, it says IPI, this is the story about they're trying to sell everything again, and they're trying to sell it instead of going to that whole process. I mean, ideally, if you've got a buyer who's got a lot of money, then I say great. I would like it to go. I would prefer if you just throw it up there as an auction, but make your minimum bid like what that guy's starting bid is. And if nobody goes higher than that, then you're golden. Now this guy's looking to pay $12.5 million for the casino assets. That's great, but shouldn't all those assets kind of be sold? Because just to recover what IPI owes everybody. Because all the people who are due money from IPI are going to be fighting it out in court for 1/10, not even 1/10 of what they owe everybody. So I think there's going to be a lot of folks who don't get paid. And so there it is. The minimum bid of the casino assets is $12.5 million. But they owe, according to their filings in court, $165.8 million. So basically, that's not going to be enough. Then the question is, what happens after that? Who is this guy, and what is the relationship? How did they magically find this guy from Hong Kong? What's his relationship to the former Imperial Pacific? And that's the bigger question. To me, that's the bigger question. If I was smart enough and I could actually read a lot of the stuff about the history of the company, but in Mandarin, then that would be great. Thank goodness for Google Translate, but it only helps me a limited amount when I'm trying to read up on that company. So there's not a whole lot to go with on this. So I'm kind of at a loss. Definitely at a loss. All right. Hey, by the way, I want to tell you, so we had a conversation with the folks. This is changing, totally changing gears here. But when we went and we did the, we were at the courthouse on Monday, the 18th. And we went there to do the naturalization ceremony. So they have different rules inside during court. Like when you're in court, you just can't record anything. You can't take pictures of anything and all that stuff. But for the ceremony, they let you do all that stuff, right? And so while everyone was taking pictures and everything, we're out there taking photos and all that. And then we saw a bunch of people taking videos. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we could take video. So we started taking video. Now, it wasn't a camera going around the whole place shooting video, everything. It was on a tripod, just shooting that group when they were going in there and taking the photos. Well, so one of the guys who works there, he's like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, dude, I was like the 20th person who did it. There were like over, like I was the last one to sign up and do that. But you just happened to see mine, so you kind of frowned upon it. I'm like, what do you want me to do, man? And it's not like we snuck a camera in there. You invited people to take photos and videos when they were having their naturalization stuff. It was right there. That is the rule. You let people do it. He's like, oh, well, that's compromising the security of the courtroom. I'm like, your own photos that you guys post show the whole freaking courtroom from every angle. You can map out the whole courtroom right there. You're not making sense. Let's just change it and change your conversation to say you just don't like it because you don't like it. That's it. Anyway, so what we did for the court, we redid it to take out those parts, and it's not a bad deal. Like, it's still okay, but I was a little disappointed about it because, again, they were saying like it would compromise the security of the court, and I don't think that was the case at all. I definitely don't think that was the case at all, and so we requested to have a meeting with them. And hopefully this week. But hey, the judges, they got different schedules. But just to explain that to them, like, look, nothing was taken during the ceremony. It was all after the ceremony was over. And it's when you had a packed house taking pictures of their family members and taking video of their family members. And all the court marshals are right there in the courtroom, just outside, on both sides, seeing what people are doing and all over the place. The reasoning is just off, right? That's it. The reasoning is just off. So we're going to have a meeting with them, and that's it. Yeah, I think, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but like, I definitely didn't like I had a nice friendly phone call from one of the folks at the court, and then then she had to send me something from her boss about it. And again, I just did not like the wording of it because I think it's flawed. And, it's flawed. So that's it. And so hopefully we'll square that out. I give you all that just so that I can show you we showed you the thing yesterday, but I'm going to show you what the new one looks like today. So using the same stuff, but I had to get creative. We were here last night, a little bit later, trying to figure out how we can still capture without showing the video of it in there, but using the photos only. So let me know what you think. We're going to show it right now. Oh, no, we're not, because I'm not on the right one. Okay, now we're going to show it. Hold on.
First, I'm very, very happy, excited, mixed feelings, very emotional. But honestly, I just wanted to thank my mom and dad who's here from California, who visited me to be with me in this great event. They're the ones who petitioned me, so without them, I won't be a citizen. So thank you.
Well, you can apply for, of course, the benefits, being a U.S. citizen, and then can apply for a good job and pay taxes.
That's one of the reasons why we opted to be U.S. citizen. The benefits of being a U.S. citizen, like getting your SS benefits, and of course, if you go around the USA, you can buy your own place, and you'll not be renting for the rest of your life, something like that. And we can be with our son. Our son is in Hawaii right now, and we can travel there without any paper things, paper limitations.
So, for the sake of my daughter, because I want her to help and taking care of my grandkids. Yeah, it's good because free traveling in the other country without asking a question.
All right, that's a hard music segue. Sorry. So that's the difference. That's the new one. I don't know if you guys saw the one yesterday, if you saw this one. Again, they're similar, but I had to take out the video based on that request. I'm like, all right, well, I thought it was an unreasonable request, but requested that we have that meeting and we'll talk about it. But let me know what you think about it. You can tell us in the comments or on the post, because I swapped it. If you go on to our post where we uploaded that yesterday, you can see it. We just swapped it. It's the same post, but you'll see the views are way lower because it resets at 0 when you change out that video like that. So anyway, getting back to it, Tobot says, back to IPI's fiasco. This is where Yom should pop in and explain the whole ordeal. All right, wait. So I'm with you on that, but I give him a big benefit of the doubt because they're engaged. They're still in court, right, with IPI. I don't think he can really say a whole lot. I would love to have him in here to talk about it for sure, and give him the, it's not even the benefit of the doubt. I don't have any real doubt with him because he was the one managing the thing, and he had to work for the commissioner. So I don't have any a whole lot with him, right? But if he wanted to come on and tell us what he could tell us, I mean, I'd be all for it for sure. I would absolutely be all for that. And that goes for anybody with regards to it. You know, like, I just don't know that what they're allowed to say or, you know, what kind of limitations they have because of the ongoing legal stuff. And that they're still, again, they're going through bankruptcy proceedings. They probably don't want to trip up and say something they shouldn't say or anything. And then after it's all done, I don't know if they're going to want to talk about it anyway. So I would love to just get them to talk about it. So I don't know. That it's a tough one. I would just like to have that. Let them explain their take on it. He says, "I changed my mind. We need the casino back. What else do we have to attract tourists beside the nice weather?" You know, I'm not against the casino. I'm not against it. I am not an anti-casino guy. I don't like the way this one came in at all. I don't like the way it came in, and I don't like the way it really felt like people got pushed around and all that stuff. But the fact of the matter is, when it was here, it was fun. It wasn't even Vegas of the Pacific. It wasn't even Saipan Vegas. Like, I couldn't believe that they opened up with an unfinished place. Right? I mean, that was the weirdest thing. That was the weirdest thing. But at least there was a lot of transparency because they didn't even have walls. You know what I would really love to do? I would love to be able to take a tour of the hotel part. Yeah, the fancy one would be great, but I'm talking about the unfinished tower. I would love to walk through and check that place out and see what it really looks like. I'm sure it's dusty as all get out. They have to wear a mask in there. You'll be coughing up everything. But what a great opportunity it would be to see what the real state of that place is. And I don't know, maybe that means I get to go along with the public works guys if they have to do a tour. I keep hearing about like those vehicles that were in the basement and that they all got flooded, you know. Yeah, it says you're saying that we try again, never too late as long as the governor can keep an open mind. Oh man, the casino's not a bad idea. Not for the community. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. Now, it might be bad for some people, right? Based on their beliefs and all that other stuff. But like, and they don't have to go, and that's fine. But like the idea of having a casino at a hotel to me is not a bad thing. What I don't like though, because that one, I don't see that one as bad as like the little poker parlors that were in the villages and all that stuff. That was worse. You're better off sending a drone in there. Oh yes, that would be great. Keith, that's a great idea. I mean, I love that idea. I really do. But wouldn't it be cooler to go in there though? Like, it would be cool. Like, I'd like to get in that basement that was flooded that had all the cars. Like, I want to see what that looked like. And just see what the real state of that place was. You know, like, I like being there. Like the camera stuff is cool, but like just going in there all Goonies style and checking out the whole thing. I guess the biggest thing is you don't want to fall through a floor. I mean, it's all concreted up though, right? They just didn't make it fancy. Like, how far off are they from really doing stuff? Did they have any of those rooms done and all that? Is it? You said Arnold wants this place to be boring. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. To be fair, I don't know. Have you hung out with him? I mean, it's not like we're besties or something. It's not like he's like, hey, Brad, we're having some beers. Come on over. No, that never happens. But the sense I got from him is that he's not like a stuffy guy at all. Like, he would be up for us having a pretty fun place. Oh, yeah, you're probably right, Keith. You're probably 100% right on that. You need court approval. I mean, yeah. And, I'm not going to just go sneaking in there. I'm not, dude, I'm not like some 20-year-old dude who's like, got nothing to lose. I'm going to go in there and take some rogue video and photos. Yeah, and I'll post it on my Instagram. No, I'm not. So it's fine. John says, I'm owed a paycheck by one of IPI's contractors. I said I'll accept the dragon as compensation, but it's a no-go. Where would you put it? Where would you put the dragon? It's bigger than most people's houses. Like, that thing is big. You can't put it anywhere. Like, that's what I think is that dragon, everybody in the CNMI should get one piece of it. Everybody gets one piece of the crystal dragon. I'd want one of the eyeballs because it looks cool. Yeah, those were the coolest ones. I bet we could find it pretty quick. There was a great video. I saved it. I don't know if I still have it. Oh, you want the dragon schwanz? You can have it. All right. It says, you know why it's flooding and screwed up? The ancestors F around and find out. Yeah. I heard people say that a long time ago, by the way. I heard people say that a long time ago because of the way that happened. Okay, let's see. 1 second. See if I can find it. I remember seeing this video. Oh, there it is. Found it 5 years ago. It's still online. But like, and how long is it? It's like a 6-minute video. Let me see if I can pop it up on the share screen. So you guys can watch this too. That's not the right screen, right? All right, hold on 1 second. We're gonna get this for you. That's it. And we're gonna make it this one. We'll make that like that. That should work. Yes! And we're gonna get rid of this music though. We'll put this on. So this is, this was a special that was done. The giant jelly bean. I don't remember the giant jelly bean. You know what would be really cool though, if you could get that giant that ball in the middle that was like the LED screen. Oh yeah, so this is the process of them putting it together. See the eyeball? That would be the cool one to have, because it kind of looks like the thing from the Lord of the Rings. Remember when it used to be all fancy and nice? The good times that we had in the CNY when this thing was going through. Like, it was gorgeous. It really was. It was so gorgeous that people still went to it while there was like an ongoing construction project in the back. Like, I don't remember. I remember seeing that there was people wanted it. Just to have something like that created as well. Look at all that metal. I wonder if it's a rusty dragon now, because it's not been climate controlled. But you figure it's above the salty part of the air inside that building. So, anyway, I think it would be cool to if everybody got a piece of it, if that's what was happening. That's right. Yeah, it would be kind of neat. Or where else would you put it? Is there another place in Saipan where you could put that thing? I mean, maybe Marianas Business Plaza. You could put it in the big lobby. There's room for it there. But just one of the dragons. I don't think you could do both of them. Okay, John says, I call it jelly bean. I don't know what it is. It looked like a kidney bean, but it was huge. They had to take the whole front door off just to get that in. Poor planning on their part. Yeah, big and purple. Ah, man, I don't know what it was. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember it. I thought maybe you were talking about the big LED ball in the middle, but that's not it. But you know, IPI is gone. I mean, I guess it's there, but it's not there. And all those metal platings, I wouldn't want one of those. I definitely want one of the crystal pieces. But I think it's the eyeball. The eyeball is the big win. Anyway, so this is a video that it's like 6.5 minutes long of the whole process to create this thing. And it's a pretty massive undertaking. Well, maybe one of the teeth. See, that's the eyeball right there. That's the winner. I guess one of the teeth would be cool. I mean, look at all that. Where in Saipan would you put that now? Maybe Eric Vandermaas tries to get that for the Marianas Business Plaza lobby. I'll take the horns, he says. Yeah. Or wouldn't it be cool? You just put that right out in front of the governor's office. I mean, it's gorgeous, really. And it's beautiful. But, you know, it's just one of the other things. See, oh, there it is. Now, I know people go in there every once in a while in the lobby, passers-by saying, hey, what is this place? But I'm looking at the ceiling work and all the artwork. By the way, so all those places that went nowhere. Do you see all that? Like, remember when they were just painted plywood up there on the second floor, that second level? The inside of that looks like a spaceship. Looks like you're in the space station. Shell, I'll get you that. Right after it's done, I'll put it in the comments. Remember that ball? And all those LED panels on the ceiling. They have to do a lot of close-ups on these because there was nothing else to show. Maybe your bean is in here, John. Like it's an iconic piece of a building that went nowhere. I do remember the excitement of this place. That's why, like, when people knock it, like, I wanted it to work. I've had many beverages there. And they had my favorite restaurant. My favorite Chinese restaurant, anyway. The Chairman M. Oh, the chicken was so good. So, John, if they give that to you, you're not going to be able to put it in your house. So, I like how they say it was one of a kind, but there's two of them. All right. Well, that's the video. I'll give you the link here right now. 1 second. It's just a YouTube link. And put that in the comments right now. I'll just reply to yours. There you go. Yeah, I found that years ago, and it's been up there for 5 years. So it went up pre-pandemic, and it was just one of the few. They have their own channel. Now, this one wasn't the IPI channel. That was Lasvit, the company that put all that stuff together, right? So, hold on. We don't need to hear you talk about how extraordinary it is. Let me see if I can find something else. Imperial Pacific Saipan. Because they had a few videos up that were still there. Oh, look, there's Ferdy Delatorre's video. I love it. Here's a video from a year ago of somebody who went in there. Oh, this must be your big jelly bean. This has to be your big jelly bean here. Let me see if I could pull this up here. John William, tell me if this is what you were talking about. Hold on. Let me open this up. I gotta mute this. And I'm not sure why this is all funky. Yep, I see it now. I got your jelly bean. What is going on here? Oh, geez. All right, hold on. I don't know why this is all wonky, but I'm going to fix this up. I want to show this to you. We're going to do it again. Let's go to videos, and I'll get rid of the dragon. That's the thing. But I found your jelly bean. I'd forgotten about it. Let's see if I can't pull that same video up. Boom, boom, boom. And that's the search we're going to do on the old YouTubes while we're at it. I know this is exciting. Put it at the kids' playground. Oh, that would be awesome. That's a great idea. All right, here we go. Okay. Man, that thing did look beautiful at night. Look at those. It's a shame how some of it ended up. But okay. Let's get this rewound all the way. Open this up. All right, so here we go. We'll show you this with Jelly Bean, which I think is just, I'm muting it because the guy just had some other music attached to it. Is this the one? Can I fast forward it? He's got all these photos of it. Let me get to the ones that are inside. Yeah, I'm fast forwarding a little bit. Don't mind the fancy shaky work there. There's a green jelly bean. Great focus. But I had forgotten about this silver one. I don't remember that one at all. I don't know when that got in there. And then there's a purple one. You want one of those horns? Man, those things are massive. That's probably bigger than your house, too. Look at that staircase that went nowhere. It was cool, but it didn't go anywhere. And that, I don't know what they were doing with that thing. Was it supposed to be like the bean in Chicago? But either way, like, I never saw that silver one, I don't think, when I was there. I definitely have no memory of that. Oh, I saw the comment. Somebody said something about Chicago. Oh, that was you, John. They should put it outside and have a spot. Yeah, they should. Oh, look at, you can see the progress today because it's just like that, only without the cranes. Yep, and DFS is closed. We're going to have 2 giant buildings that are closed. Can you imagine if it was also the Hyatt, if it wasn't for Dave Hood buying the Hyatt and doing something with it, what that would look like in Garapan? Just awful. Just awful. Thank goodness Dave Hood getting that together. Oh, dragon eggs. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Well done, smart guy. Thanks, JJ. All right. Well, hey, it is 8:26 in the morning, and we are going to go ahead. We've got more updates to get you. The latest ones, of course, from the Associated Press. We'll get that hot off the presses to you. We also have a feature called Today in History, where we learn about significant things that happened on this day. Excuse me. What else do we have? We're gonna get we gotta knock out some commercials too. So let's do this. Let's first send you off with the Today in History. Now, we will. But first, before we do Today in History, let's get you, today. Find out what's going on actually legit today. All right, so here it is. The latest off the presses from Associated Press.
AP News, I'm Mike Hempel. A Ukrainian presidential advisor claims the United States has effectively relinquished its lead role in a push for peace in Ukraine to Russia, with a meeting this week in Saudi Arabia between top U.S. and Russian diplomats. The remarks came a day after President Trump falsely suggested that Ukraine was to blame for the war. Republican Senator John Kennedy says he disagrees with the president's suggestion that Ukraine started the war.
I think Vladimir Putin started the war. I also believe, through bitter experience, that Vladimir Putin is a gangster. He's a gangster with a black heart.
Zelensky says Trump has fallen into a Russian disinformation trap. Trump calls the Ukrainian leader a dictator without elections. Soon after, Senate Republicans voted to begin work on a $340 billion budget bill, President Trump threw it into turmoil. The president didn't like the approach from Senate Budget Committee Chairman Senator Lindsey Graham and instead sided with the House GOP's broader plan. That includes $4.5 trillion in tax cuts and other priorities. Senators wanted to address that later in a second package. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says both chambers have the same goal.
The question right now, again, is a tactical one. The strategic objective is still the same, and that is to extend the tax policy, strengthen the economy, rebuild the military, create energy dominance for this country, and secure our border.
The polar vortex's icy grip on much of America has Arctic Greenland seeming like a toasty vacation spot. Some of the coldest parts in the U.S. are forecast to see as much as a 90-degree warm-up early next week, before the return of yet another polar plunge the first week of March. The S&P 500 added to its record as U.S. stocks drifted through a mixed day on Wall Street. This is AP News. Trump officials want to ban junk food from SNAP.
A push to ban sugary drinks, candy, and more from SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, may soon get a boost from new Trump administration officials. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins favor stripping such treats from the program. But the CEO of West Side Campaign Against Hunger, Greg Silverman, says he doesn't think the individual choice is where we're going to make public health outcomes better.
We find a lot of this question of restricting choice is, to me, it's counterintuitive, right? People know what's best to do with their dollars for their health and for what their family wants. The problem is that their dollars don't go far enough.
Excluding any foods would require Congress to change the law or states to win waivers. Julie Walker, New York.
I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
All right, folks. Well, that is a perfect little segue for us. That was the Associated Press giving us the latest off the presses, and we could have a field day with all that stuff. But before we get too far down the road, that was what's happening today. Let's look at what happened today in history, because some interesting stuff out there. So this is a regular feature, a daily feature for us today in history.
February 20th, 1962.
Godspeed, John Glenn. 2, 1, 0. Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
Astronaut John Glenn becomes the first American to orbit the Earth, lifting off aboard the Mercury space capsule Friendship 7. 2003. A fire during a nightclub concert in West Warwick, Rhode Island, kills 100 people and injures about 200 others. Pyrotechnics for the rock band Great White sparked the fire, igniting flammable foam lining the club's walls and ceiling. The club's owners and the band's former tour manager later plead guilty to involuntary manslaughter charges. 1927.
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Actor Sidney Poitier, whose roles include In the Heat of the Night and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, is born in Miami. And 1998.
When I stepped on the ice, I had a feeling like, I knew what the Olympics was about. I have that feeling of just like pure joy.
American Tara Lipinski becomes the youngest gold medalist in the Winter Olympics. The 15-year-old clinches that honor when she wins the ladies figure skating title in Nagano, Japan. Today in history, February 20th, Carlotta Bradley, The Associated Press.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas. And now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental.
Persistence to build, be the inspiration, they witness approve. We do what we do by the rules in the book. Be a lottie where discipline and vision is built. We lead by example, persistence to build. Be the inspiration, they witness approve. We do what we do by the rules in the book.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back, Marianas. It is 8:34 in the morning on Thursday, and man, what a beautiful day it is. Give you guys the update of what it's like outside. First of all, look out there and get out there. 82 degrees out there, and the humidity just continues to drop. 67% up there at the Saipan International Airport. It is going to be such a nice day with a breeze that will blow you away, even with hair as short as mine and fleeting as well. I know. It is still going to move around with gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. And tonight, again, it's going to be chilly tonight. And that's going to be pretty good. Just all of a sudden. Oh, great question. Great question. Well, first of all, before I get to that question, I want to say from Louisa saying that, hey, the BASA, is that the Palau Amateur Softball Association tournament? Opens on Sunday at Dandan, where they have lights now, too. So that's awesome. Not sure what time that's going to start, but I'm sure it's going to be a great day for it. So great question. Says, any chance we could talk with the NBA director on her plans to increase tourism, or a phone call, or better yet, contact NBA or a board member? Great. So we did. We reached out to Jamaica, and so she still works for DFS, and so she asked if she could do it after she's done with DFS. I'm like, okay, that's cool. She wants to she wants to do the right thing, respect her current employer. And have that be the main focus while she's got the last few days. I respect that. I think that's the way to go. Does that mean I'm not interested? No, I want to hear it now. But that's not how things work. Anyway, so hopefully we'll be able to get her in here like day one. I'm sure there'll be a break-in period. But I would love to have just a regular phone call with her. But in the meantime, she doesn't want to have this big public thing before she actually takes the role. It's not like she's sitting around on the couch waiting waiting to start day one. She actually has a job. So that's good. You got to admire her dedication to finishing out what she's got over there and helping with the transition. Now, if things change and she can come in here earlier, or she's interested in coming in here earlier, yes, we will take it right away. So that's good. Getting a board member might not be a bad idea either. I think we need to go head down to the best way to do that, I think, is really heading down to the Marianas Beach Resort and having a chat with Gloria, see if we can't get her on here. So maybe that's the best key. I love, by the way, one of the comments that came in. Oh, and she just messaged. We were talking about that big old bean could be the ultimate disco ball that can be seen from space. That's great. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to reply with a laughing face on that one. I know. It's totally true. But anyway, it's great. Yeah, me too. Doesn't it close in May? No, it closes in April. But I don't believe she's there all the way. I'm guessing she gave at least a 30-day notice, and I don't know if she's staying all the way till it closes. But she's going to have to start when Chris ends, and I thought that was happening. Really, I thought it was at the end of the month. I thought Chris was leaving at the end of this month. If it's the end of next month, then it would be next month. But maybe she's only like 8 days away from starting. So we'll find out from there. But I have learned that the key is constant contact, to the point of being annoying. Brad, you can't be annoying. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, but yeah, we know that's not true. But that's one of the things. You got to be the squeaky wheel sometime. And we'll put this out here. Oh, man, we actually did this one already. What's this one? All right, great. This was a great. Hey, Keith, I saw you're watching. Looks like I might have something more interesting. Just a little more update on that. On the bid process for IPI, the sale of IPI is subject to overbid, and there may be another bidder as well, and who's submitting in addition to Loy Lam Sit, and a live auction is scheduled for next week, February 26th. How about that? That is great. Thank you so much for that. And I will take you up on that. I'll message you about the tour after the show. And we'll catch up with you. Thank you so much for sending that message. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back to it. We only got a little bit of show left. Again, 8:39 in the morning, and it is a great one, and it's going to be. But there's a great thing coming up this weekend. It's a writing workshop. There's going to be a contest, too. It's sponsored by the Humanities Council and the National Endowment for the Humanities. There's a writing contest and a writer's workshop. It's going to be at the council office in Guadalajara. If you don't know where that is, oh, man. It's a great spot by Sushi Spot. Oh, I got to talk about that restaurant. But this Saturday, February 22nd, from 9 to 12, you can join them for this. Just reach out to them. You can check them out online, NMH, Northern Marianas Humanities, nmhcouncil.org, and then / Writers Workshop. And this is an opportunity for you to get, I don't know who's giving this. What are they doing? So to participate in the workshop, just RSVP by hitting that up. And I get stuff from them, but I didn't get this from them. There's a theme for this year's competition, and this one is open to CNMI high school students in public and private schools. This year's theme is Threads of Tradition, which challenges writers to reflect on their personal cultural values and traditions shaping their individuality and identity. Interesting. That's the kind of wording that's not going to get funded. anymore. Anyway, the contest prizes $500 for first place. Second place is $400, and third place is $300. Oh my gosh, $1,200 up for the top three finishers on this one, as they're judged by the Humanities Council. They're asking students to write about a time in their lives when they realized that their heritage and particular traditions shaped the person they are today. The contest submission deadline is April 11th, and this weekend's workshop will help them understand basically the submission rubric and assist students in brainstorming and drafting their essays. This is great. You know, we got so much going on with sports in the CNMI, and that's not a bad thing at all. I love that. But there's a lot more open for your kids and their development than just sports out here, and things like this are awesome. Like, my kids have stuff going on this weekend, and I would not mind pulling them out of that so they could go to something like this. Like, my kids are doing soccer, they're doing track and field, and everything else that comes up in between. When there's volleyball, they're usually doing that. You know, you name it, there's a million different things. But these don't happen often. A writer's workshop. This is a great idea to have something like this. Are they going to have this for anyone off island, like in Tinian or Rhoda? Like, that's the only thing. Trying to connect everybody to these kind of events and stuff. So I don't know if they're going to have like a virtual version of this. Maybe we could check it out. But this is such a great idea that this is going to happen. And again, it's going to be this Saturday from 9 to 12 at the council office in Gualarai. And man, definitely, especially like this is open to high school students. So I guess my kids can't get in on that. But that's for the competition. But for the writer's workshop, I wonder if they couldn't get in on that anyway. That might be something good. Let me just see if it says anything about the workshop open to only high school students. Oh, you know what? Could we just call them? Yeah, let's do that. Hold on, let's see. Let's find out if we can find their number. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just give them a call and find out. I guess we can, right?
Good morning, Humanities Council. Help you.
Hey, good morning, Humanities Council. This is Brad Rosales from Good Morning Marianas. How are you today?
Okay. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Hey, we saw the story about the writing workshop that's happening this weekend. And
yes.
It looks great. I saw that the contest is open to high school students, but if you've got kids who aren't in high school, are they able to go to the workshop?
They're not in high school?
Yeah, I'm thinking like my kids are in middle school. I got a 7th and 8th grader.
Let me have you speak with Liani. She's the one that's handling this project.
Okay, great.
Okay, just a minute. Please hold the line.
Please hold the line.
Please hold the line. Humanities Council. Good morning. This is Liani speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Liani, this is Brad Rosala. We're on with Good Morning Marianas. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
That's great. Hey, we're reading the story about the writers' workshop and the contest and everything, and we saw that there's the workshop. Well, to enter the contest, you got to be in high school for it, in the public and private schools. But the question I've got for you is, I've got kids who are in 7th and 8th grade who I would love to have them at that writer's workshop. Do they have to wait till they're in high school for the workshop also?
Well, we do try to keep it in for the high schools. It might be packed for them.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just try to keep it with the high school students.
Okay, so
sorry.
No, that's a problema. Just trying to find out the specifics on that. So, but either way, it's a great program. We were just talking about it, how there's so many things that are going on for sports, but something like this is, I haven't seen, it's rare anyway, and it's really helpful. I think it's going to be awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay, yeah. So we have Andrew Roberto from the Marianas Variety, and he normally does this every year, and he conducts this workshop that we actually collaborated together for this year and worked together to create our theme for the year. And so he basically gathers students and teaches them how to first of all properly write a narrative essay, and then how to gather their thoughts and how to brainstorm and get their brains rolling so that they can write their essay and create a really good one, because the competition is usually really competitive.
Ooh.
And the prizes are really good, so stakes are pretty high.
Oh, I love it. It sounds like it. And you get folks from all the schools?
So this is my first time actually handling it this year. Normally it is my colleague Naomi. However, she does say that there are a really good turnout from different schools.
Well, that's great. And there's folks from Tinian and Rhoda. Are they able to attend this virtually or anything?
So I don't think we've had anyone from Saipan, Tinian and Rhoda sign up in the past, but I try to be accommodating and do Zoom or get them in virtually, but I don't think we've had any participants from off island in the past.
All right. Well, it sounds really cool that you're able to do that, and it's a great opportunity for kids who are high school age to do it this Saturday. And now this is at your office over there at the Springs Plaza?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So from 9 to 12, you probably want when people go there, what should they bring?
I believe we do have, we will be having materials ready, but, a simple paper and pencil, a paper and pen, yeah, something like that, just to take notes. But we do have activities that we use these huge notepads that, I think students will be collaborating together. I haven't talked to Andrew Roberto yet on how this year is going to go, but that's how he typically does his workshop. So
awesome. Well, it sounds great. And do you do other things like this throughout the year? Do you have anything else coming up afterwards?
I do actually have not until October we have the Sengabao poetry competition. Similar prizes, but this is more of the in honor of Valentine and Sengabao and his poetry. So we have a junior and senior division, but that's not till October. We are looking into having another student involvement program coming up regarding students going out and interviewing Manamko about Chamorro or Carolinian values or their local, their cultural values. But that's still kind of in the talks right now. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting for our federal partners to give us more information about the future.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So you get because I can see it on the announcement. It's got the National Endowment for the Humanities. That's something that comes through as federal funding to you guys.
Yes, everything we do is basically federally funded.
Wow. And I imagine that's got to definitely have you guys wondering what the heck's going on.
Yeah, it is, but we just try to proceed with caution. But, of course, if anything else, we'll just, we have to just play it by ear.
Well, I won't go down that too much, but I can tell you that what you guys do is really appreciated, and we look forward to seeing more great stuff from you.
Well, thank you so much, Brad. Appreciate that.
You too. Well, have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. We'll find out what. Oh, hey, and I'll send you guys a message. So, I received a message from you about some, not you, but from the Humanities about the grant project stuff. But something like this is a good one too. So when you guys send me like that workshop stuff, I could put that stuff out also.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. Good luck. Have a great day. We'll
All
talk
right,
to you soon.
Thank you. All right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, now you know the Writers Workshop, it is going to be open to the high school students. And like she said, it's really packed, right? So it's got to be limited to them. Hey, John, just seeing you in the comments over there. I don't know about that batting cage. I don't know where it was going to go. I don't know who was going to open it. So I can't tell you. I don't even know where to go to ask about it. Probably some baseball guys. Maybe Shine would know a thing or two about that. But you know what? I could send a message, and find out if that'll help. Or find out if I can get something about that. But I don't know anything about that. Let me message Mr. Baseball himself, Shine Tenorio. 1 second. All right, so I just messaged him and said, do you know anything about a batting cage that's opening up? And if there is one opening up, man, I would love to go to it. That used to be one of my favorite things to do, to blow off some steam, just go out there and hit some balls. Check with Kyle. Okay. All right. Talk about Kyle Hookwood. So if he knows, he is a baseball guy. He's Mr. Baseball also. And we'll reach out to him and ask him about that too. All right. Hey, let me tell you a whole bunch of stuff that's happening. We received a flurry of things from CUC yesterday, like all at the same time. Today's a big day because CUC is going to have a meeting. And it was going to, there's two meetings happening today. CPA is having a meeting. It's a special meeting. CUC is having a meeting. It's a special meeting. They call it a special meeting when they don't give it enough notice to have a regular meeting. But this is definitely not a special meeting because it's going to be, it's special in the fact that the way that it's happening, because they're going to be having it at the legislature. They're actually going to be in the Senate later this morning. They're going to start the meeting up at the office in Dandan, and that's where they're going to have their public comments. Then they're going to hop in their cars with the meeting on hold and go over to the Senate, and they're going to conduct the rest of the meeting there. So we'll bring that to you today. But at the same time, the CPA is having a special meeting today, too. We just got that yesterday after 10 o'clock that they've got their meeting this morning. And it is a tough thing to see it because it's like we're just going to squeeze it in there. And they're going to do it at the same time as the other one, which just makes me wonder, like, are you doing that on purpose or are you just not paying attention? Or are you hoping that nobody is going to pay attention to both of the meetings? You know? I'm not sure, but the one that's happening for CPA is going to be at 9:30 this morning at the airport, at the meeting room at the airport. So that's the one that's like right there by the lobby. It's not the ARF. Now, this one seems like a real special meeting because there's only one real topic. You know, they're going to do the regular thing, the roll call, the call to order, the roll call, reading the notice of the special meeting and adopt the agenda. Great. Then they're going to have public comments. Great. And then it's going to go right into the GPPC CPA settlement agreement. And then they're going to do an executive session, make any announcements, and adjourn. So that's a real legit special meeting. But and they did it. They got like 24 hours or something to put that out. And they did, so it was fine. But now the thing that's going on over for CUC, hold on, let me find their official announcement that we got about it. No, that's about the water stuff. And I'm telling you, we get a lot of these emails. This one came out on Tuesday to let us know about the meeting. It's a special board meeting that's happening today, and this is what's going on for them. Oh, thank you, Louisa. All right, so here's the meeting for CUC, and I think it's called. I really think this is a special meeting because they just got the notice out late. Because they know that this was happening. They sent this out on Tuesday for a meeting that's happened on Thursday. Normally, you got to give like 3 days notice, right? All right, so here's the deal. What's going on? Same thing. The regular, the call it like the staples. Call to order, roll call, reading of the notice to call a special meeting, and the adoption of the agenda. Hooray. So then here it is. It's Senate Public Utilities Commission, Public Utilities Telecommunications Commission Committee informal hearing. So they're going to leave the office at Dandan and then go, and the second part of their meeting is going to be over at the Senate, where they're going to talk about power generation and distribution, integrated the IRP. They're going to talk about everything about CETA. They're going to talk about Agreco. They're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. And then after that, they said that they've got public comments and executive session. But the thing is, I know they're going to do, I asked them about it. They're going to change the public comments so that if you have a public comment, you're going to give it up at the Dandan spot. And then after that, the executive session, they wouldn't do that in the Senate chamber. That doesn't seem like it makes sense to me. And then they'll keep going with it. But it seems weird that they would call this the special meeting when it's a planned meeting, right? It's special in the fact that it's just not going to be there. So anyway, so Louisa said she sent us the Facebook page for the batting cage. Hold on. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. It's called Marianas Batting Alley. We got to pull this up here. 1 second. All right. Thank you so much for sending that. Let me put the old share on here so you guys can see this. And I need to get, I like the music, but I need something I need a little bit more. All right. So this is it. That's what the page is. Marianas Batting Alley. We're going to like that page. And there's the phone number. And so not sure where it's going to be, when it's going to be, but looks like it's going to be something. They already got the branded balls and everything. That's pretty cool. When are these posts? That's from yesterday. Oh, that's the comment was from yesterday. This post is from just 2 days ago. You want to just call them and find out what's going on? It's almost 9 o'clock. I mean, I figure we could call them. It's at a time when we could give them a call, I think. All right, so let's do that. 9 o'clock is my unsolicited call time, if it's not the government. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's find out. Give him a ring.
The number you have dialed does not answer.
Well,
please try again later.
They didn't answer the phone, so they're not open yet, for sure. But hey, at least we'll try to follow up. So if you guys want to give them you want to check them out. I mean, this is it. Marianas Batting Alley. They're still new. They've got a lot of people following them already, but they don't have their own branded site. So if you look up there, it's got that super long link and all that stuff. But that's it, Marianas Batting Alley. They could use a little help on their social media. But hey, they're going to be open eventually, apparently. I mean, you don't go through and buy all this equipment to not be ready. Look at that. I'm excited just looking at these photos that they've got. What are people? Oh, are they selling the mitts, or are you going in there trying to catch the balls coming out of the batting machines, the pitching machines? Ooh. Well, I'm excited about it, and I hope they are going to be a great company here for us here in the CNMI. All right, guys. Well, it is 9 o'clock, and what I think I want to do for you, I'll just send you off. I'll get you the last updates. Let me just make sure I'll refresh from the Associated Press to make sure that their latest is up, and it is. So we'll get you that update, and then we'll end up going through and calling it a day. Oh, let me message somebody because hold on 1 second. 1 second. Maybe I'm not. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I want to see if he's online. And if he is, then before we go, we'll see if we can't get a call. We're going to talk with Landon today, and then we got swept away with everything. All right, well, got it. All right. Oh, he's typing. Let's find out. He's answering. He says he's got a surprise. Okay, he needs 2 minutes. So we're not leaving. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to be here because he said he's ready in 2 minutes. All right, I don't know if I like that one. How about this one? All right, let's do that. Oh, no kidding. Awesome. Maybe from where he's telling me where he is, I should go and get that bottle that's over there because that's funny. No, John, you're fine. That's not a bad thing. It'll be cool if we end up getting that batting cage. I'm really excited about that. Let me make sure that we're good to go here. All right. Well, so basically we're in a little holding pattern. Maybe what I'll do real quick while we wait, I'll give you guys the Associated Press. Sound like a deal? Ready? Put your hands in. Ready? Break. All right. We're going to play the Associated Press update, and we come when that's done, Landon should be ready for that phone call. All right. So here's the latest from the AP.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. President Trump's issuing a warning to his Ukrainian counterpart amid escalating rhetoric between the two leaders. Sakar Magani has details.
In a social media post, the president says Volodymyr Zelensky better move fast to negotiate an end to Russia's war with his nation, or he won't have a nation to lead. The president has suggested Ukraine started the war, just days shy of the Russian invasion's 3rd anniversary.
This is disgusting.
Chuck Schumer and Democrats blasted the president's words.
I think Vladimir Putin started the war.
As did Republicans like John Kennedy.
Vladimir Putin is a gangster.
The president's harsh words came after Zelensky said he was falling into a Russian disinformation trap, working to end the war on Russia's terms. A top Zelensky advisor says Ukraine simply doesn't understand why the U.S. wants to hand dominance to the aggressor. While Putin says there's no need to get hysterical over the negotiations, adding he's looking forward to meeting with Trump. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The Trump administration's designated 8 Latin American crime organizations as foreign terrorist organizations. It's also ordered a halt to New York City's congestion pricing tolls. And Nicole Winfield has the latest on Pope Francis's health.
The Vatican is giving some reassuring news this evening. Pope Francis had some blood tests today that showed a slight improvement in some key inflammation indices. The Pope also had a very important visitor. The Italian Premier, Giorgia Meloni, spent about 20 minutes with him. She said she found him in very good spirits, up and alert. So a very good sign for this Pope, despite the confirmation that he does have pneumonia. The Vatican says overall his condition is stationary.
This is AP News. Minutes of the Federal Reserve's most recent meeting show policymakers pointed to rising risks that inflation could worsen as a key reason to keep their benchmark interest rate unchanged. Proposed tariffs, mass deportations, and strong consumer spending all factors. Damian Troisi has the AP Markets report.
Stocks edged higher in a day of mostly quiet trading on Wall Street Wednesday. The S&P 500 rose 0.2% after setting an all-time high the day before. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.2%. The Nasdaq Composite rose 0.1%. Tesla was one of the strongest forces lifting the market. A rally for analog devices also helped push the S&P 500 higher. They helped offset a sharp drop for Celanese after the chemical company warned of weakness in some of its markets. Toll Brothers fell after the home builder reported a weaker profit for the latest quarter than analysts expected. Treasury yields eased a bit. Damian Troisi, New York.
And I'm Ben Thomas, AP News. Thanks for listening.
All right, Marianas, we are coming back right now, and we have our phone call right now. This is going to be interesting. We're going to ring him up right now. Oh, all right. We got to put him on the screen because he is here. But let's get our special guy on the phone here. Let me make sure I got this ready to go. I will in just a second. Landon, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, and I see you too.
Oh, man, that's like the best of both worlds. That's awesome. All right, let's get you on the screen. Holy cow, it looks like a lot bigger and colder than your regular office in the National Weather Service in Guam.
Yeah, my office is just a little bit different over here. Can you guess? I kind of spoiled it already, but let me show you outside the window if you can see out there. Yeah, we got a lot of snow. So guess where I am?
Well, I know just because you told me.
Yeah,
but
you know,
when you said that you were going to be in the States, I thought you were going to be in like the Carolinas or something, but you're not.
Well, I will be in the Carolinas probably on Monday, sometime Monday next week, and then I'll be there for a couple days. But for now, I am here in Lexington, Kentucky, actually in Versailles, Kentucky, just outside of Lexington to the west. And we had quite a bit of snow overnight. It's about 2 to 3 inches across the area, but that snow has been blanketing everything from Missouri across Kentucky, northern Tennessee, into the Carolinas and Virginia, where we're supposed to have a big bullseye of heavy snow in the Hampton Roads area in Elizabeth City, my hometown. They were calling for initial estimates up to a foot of snow, 10 to 12 inches in Elizabeth City. I think that's going to be reduced just a little bit with the heavier snow to the north, but it is frigid out here.
You're wearing a hat inside. I got that. It's got to be cold.
Yeah, my sister likes to keep it chilly. There she is over there. Wave, Hillary. And I got my brother-in-law, Ben, my mom over here, and Brandon, of course. You never see us together at the one same place. We always, as part of our continuity of operations.
Wow, so
we are in the same room
you
together.
are different people.
And my sister has horses in her house. This is Big Ed. This is Irish Wolfhound. She's got 2 Irish Wolfhounds, and they are enormous dogs. They'll lick you in the face standing up.
Nice. Wow, that is a beast.
She's got a number of dogs in here, several cats. Yeah, he takes up the whole couch, basically.
No kidding. So now That is a beast of a dog. So tell us a little bit about what brings you out there. Just vacation time?
Yeah, just having some family time. We had to take care of some business over here. So actually got the whole family here together for the first time. Actually, it's Brandon's first time to visit my sister here in Kentucky. And actually, since I moved into this house. And so it was nice, good family time. We're moving some things around and shifting around. And then we'll be hopping over to Elizabeth City early next week.
Awesome. So you're in Lexington, Kentucky. People are already popping in and saying, hi, Landon's family. That's great.
They say hello.
So I'm seeing that it's cold, and when we listen to the AP updates, we hear about this polar vortex. That's something, I know it struck here because it was, we've got a expected low temperature tonight of 72 degrees. So the polar vortex has made its way to the Marianas.
Yeah, and you're probably not going to see much of a freeze over there in Saipan or the Wireless Ridge area. That would be the coldest place up there, but it's going to be more breezy and drier. So I see some clouds in your background. It looks like a little bit of a shear line dropping over the northern islands. That's going to keep it breezy at times for the next several days. And so watch out for those sea and surf conditions. There's stronger rip currents. But we might just have a little bit enough showers up there to keep the wildfire risk down just a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, so speaking of that, let me pop open the what we've got though. So today, I was really surprised. The humidity's down at the airport right now to 59%. So it's a comfortable temperature out here. This morning, I was blown away because it was in the 70s. It wasn't 72, but it was in the 70s, and the humidity was in the 60s as well. And so it was such a nice, cool morning that kind of makes you want to go out for a run.
Perfect weather.
Oh, yeah.
That is perfect weather, but watch out when you go swimming. Once you get out of that water, it's going to be chilly. You're going to be shivering.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you are quick to dry off because, yeah, you can get the chills in the Mariana Islands pretty easily in these conditions.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's just it's a new.
Not a bad
I can't
thing.
explain it. I'm just shivering. Just turn off the aircon. I'm outside. All right.
Yeah, we turned off the AC over here too.
Yeah, I imagine. It's wild that you're wearing the hat indoors. My parents, when I visit them in the winter, they keep it cold inside as well. And I am the one who is the one sneaking out in the middle of the night and adjusting the thermostat to put it to like a normal temperature so that I don't freeze.
And I wish she could hear you saying that because our mother likes it cold at home too. And there have been times when we come home to visit in the wintertime and you wake up in the morning, you can see your breath.
Oh.
And we're freezing. Right, Hillary? Yeah.
You're at Hillary's house, right?
Yeah, this is Hillary's house.
All
Hillary
right,
and Ben's.
so Hillary is the alcoholic. I'm looking at the bottles over there behind you. And
Hillary is not so much the alcoholic. Yeah, she says we have a lot of bottles of bourbon over there. We actually were trying some moonshine. Ben kind of force fed us, and it was shiny.
Nice. I think the first step is admitting you have a problem, and then going from there. No, but I would imagine if there's any place to get some bourbon, it's Kentucky, and having
oh my gosh.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, they have a number of factories. How many bourbon factories are here? Distilleries. How many do they have here?
The Bourbon Trail is at least 20.
At least 20 distilleries, but probably more than that. I know when I was over here last year, we visited one, and they give you shots of different levels of bourbon through the process of making it. And
Ooh.
by the time you're finished with that tour, you're kind of seeing double.
That's great, and you're probably willing to pay double too. I love the idea of doing it. There was a big event in Guam that I was at last year, and it was a Jack Daniel's and partnered with it with it was the Certified Angus Beef event with Triple J over at the Hyatt, and
you can't go wrong with that.
No, it was outstanding. I was not a Jack Daniel's guy before that. Like people would have it, and I would say sure or whatever. but I really, really liked it that day. And I'm like, I think I'm going to be a Jack Daniels guy now. I'm like, it's really good stuff. And you're in the home of it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to have Brandon or Hillary make snow angels out there, but are you interested? You want to do it? No, they don't want to.
No takers. That's all right. Have your mom do it.
Oh, he said you should make a snow angel. She'd rather have snow cream.
Excellent. All right. Well, so the weather out there considerably different. Now, you sent us a photo that was, he's like, I'm definitely, how do you know I'm not in Guam anymore? And you show me the picture of the gas prices.
Yeah, that was the Shell station right there on Interstate 75. We are actually we're running late driving back to Lexington and Versailles yesterday, and so we were trying to race nature, and we knew the snow was going to be coming, and at that point it was already starting, and we're way behind. So it's like, do we pull over and stay at a hotel, or just keep punching through it? And of course, being the weather junkie that I and my brother are, we want to keep driving through it. It's a lot of fun. So we're going down about 30, 35 miles per hour on the 70-mile-per-hour interstate, and it was just coming down. And that gas station, $2.99 for a gallon of regular unleaded gas.
Wow.
So it was very nice. The prices are much friendlier over here naturally, but that snow was coming down, and it was a fantastic drive last night. Only one accident that we saw.
Well, I mean, it looks like it would be the driving in the snow. I'm used to. I'm not afraid of that. That I can handle. I could definitely also handle those gas prices, like less than $3 a gallon.
Yeah, those gas prices are fantastic here, and so it's a lot easier on the wallet over here.
Like, it's just, I can't believe it. Like an extra $2 like difference. That is just blowing me away right now. Like $2 per gallon, more than.
Other thing, if you've been to the grocery store lately, you see those egg prices. It's fairly cheaper over here for gas, for eggs and milk and everything else. But my sister also has chickens. How many chickens? Only 2 chickens somewhere out in the backyard. And so she gets a few eggs from time to time. And maybe when I fly back to Guam, she might have some chickens missing. We'll see.
Everybody in Saipan has like a couple of chickens. They're not yours, and they might be shared with your neighbors. The chickens that are just free range out here, and they're all over the place. You might just find they might make a little roost in your bushes, and then you can go in there and grab some eggs and enjoy it. And
it's free food.
They're supposed to be healthier. They're supposed to be healthier because you're not giving them the stuff, right? They're just eating the bugs. So apparently that makes the better colored yolks and all that stuff. Holy cow.
That's the other one.
I see all
They're
those.
enormous.
I see all those bins. Oh, that is a tiny one. The one next to him. But I saw all those bins over there. So I guess that runs in the family. Are her bins filled with logs and everything too?
No, there's no Lincoln logs in these bins. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look how tall that dog is to a bin.
Jeez.
But yeah, this is we're just moving some stuff around and resituating some boxes and stuff, but no Lincoln logs. Actually, there is 2 bins of Lincoln logs in one of the cans in one of these boxes, and they might just be coming back to Guam with me.
I was gonna say they can't possibly get the same use out of them that what you guys are getting out of them.
No, not a chance. Not a chance at all.
All right, so if you and Brandon are there and at the same place, who is running the National Weather Service over there? Is it? It's got to be like parties all the time.
You broke up. I didn't hear any of that. Yeah, as far as who's running the Weather Service right now, I'm honestly not sure. But the forecast continues. So it's really rare that we both get out of the office at the same time. So this is a rare occasion. Usually we don't overlap unless it's like a band tour somewhere overseas. But for us to get off at the same time and have the whole family together, it's a really good time. And they want me to show you another dog photo with the family.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's a Irish Wolfhound. So if anybody wants a dog, a big one that will turn heads, this is the dog for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh my gosh.
That's a dog to wrestle with right there.
Oh yeah. And he likes to cuddle, apparently.
Yeah, that's a big lap dog.
Yeah, essentially, is the biggest dog you could ever imagine, but the kindness, just such a good, warm heart.
I wonder how they would deal with our warm tropical temperatures.
How do they like warm weather, Hillary? They like the warm weather. They like the snow better, apparently. Especially when they go out to use the bathroom, they go out and they like splash around and run around in the snow. But I think they do pretty well in all the weather conditions.
I think those two dogs should do a buddy flick like Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, twins, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Those two dogs, they deserve their own reality show. John Williams says that's not a dog, it's a bear.
Yeah, it could be very comparable to a bear easily.
It's a beast.
Yeah, this was Brandon's first time seeing the dogs yesterday when he walked into the house. I think he was in for a little bit of a shock.
Well, no kidding. All right. Well, hey, when are you making your way back this way?
Well, I will be back on the 28th. I know we've talked about the music festival happening on Guam. That's going to be the 27th through the 28th. Let's see, I'm turning my camera on. There we go. But we will be having the Tumon Bay Music Festival on the 27th and 28th. That will be the first week of March. And so we're going to bring another VIP guest back to Guam on the 27th and 28th with us. It'll be our dad visiting Guam. He says it'll be for his last time before he gets older. He's turned 79 this year.
Holy
so this will be
smokes.
His last hurrah to the audience. Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, enjoy that trip for sure. I got to catch up with you. I'll catch up with you on WhatsApp about a trip that is coming up for us as well. But man, look at that beast of a dog. Does he come with a saddle?
You know, he needs a saddle, especially for my nephew. He's standing right up next to the tripod right now. And I think he's going to come up on the couch. There you go.
Jeez. Nice. He's like, yeah, by the way, you're cool and stuff, but this is my house.
You know, it was last year I came over here and we were dealing with the drought in Micronesia, and I was getting in a teleconference. As soon as I got out of the airport, I came here, got in a teleconference with the national leaders in Micronesia, and a cat got up on my shoulders and was crawling on my neck in the middle of a briefing. I'm like, you know, what the heck?
That is great. That is great. All right.
Comes with the turf.
Hey, we're going to take off over here, but anything you want to say to anyone before we head out?
Yeah, definitely stay weather aware, stay safe. It's time of the season. The wildfire threat is up with the slow showers. Every low shower helps, but the wildfire threat will be up across the islands, and the seas and surf will keep elevated with those stronger winds. So stay safe, stay aware, and stay tuned.
Hey, thanks for making the time for being with us this morning. We look forward to maybe next week we might get you while you're traveling or just before you start traveling.
Yeah.
And then we'll get you right after.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you all later.
Take care. Thanks for being on with us today.
Absolutely.
All right. There's Landon Aidlet and his wolf dog. That is Michael J. Fox from Teen Wolf. It's great to have him on there. Thanks so much for joining us today. Take care, and all the best to your family.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, Landon. That was a lot of fun, for sure. Let's see what we got. Oh, my gosh. Yes, I got to reach out to a bunch of folks in the comment section, but want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in this morning. It certainly was a blast. It is 9:25. We kind of ran through everything today, from A to Z, top to bottom, from here to Kentucky. We have covered it today, including the gas prices. My gosh, you know, they've got gas for less than $3 a gallon. Oh, all right. I'll get over it. I can't do anything about that. But I definitely got the lowest price stuff that I've got. All right, one second. Oh, that's good news. Great email. That's going to wrap us up for today, guys. I want to say thanks to you guys for tuning in. Thanks for spreading the love for the show. Thanks for sharing it. Thanks for liking the stuff. Thanks for your comments. And we'll be back again tomorrow morning. But we've got that CUC meeting. When they get up to the Senate, we're going to share that stuff with you today, too. Good stuff happening. And we still got more days left in this week. It's not over yet. Is it too early to have a beer? Yeah, you don't want to have a beer at 9:26. Well, wait for 9:27. All right, you guys, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. And if you've got story ideas, if there's news that's happening that you are aware of, send it our way so we can get it out there to you. All right, so take care. Have a great day. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Take care, Marianas.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun. Oh. Good morning, Marianas.